I was leaving for work, and I got in my truck. I started driving up. I knew Brendan was hanging out with a couple of our friends. I was playing basketball with them before I left, but I knew I had to get ready. And they went down the park to play, so I started pulling up the street. And as I pulled up the street, I saw a crowd gather around my brother. I saw the blood rushing like on the ground and coming from his ears and stuff. And I see my brother laying there in his light blue shirt. I run over, and first thing I do is I grab his hand, and I didn't ask what happened. I just said, trying to keep his eyes open, just yelling his name.
We got to the scene quick. When we got there, the ambulance was just leaving, just about ready to pull out. She jumped out of the car, and she ran to the ambulance, jumped in the ambulance, and the ambulance took off. Within 30 seconds, it felt like, from when we stopped, I was already gone. The nurse had said, in football terms, we're 4th and long and we need a Hail Mary. And I think I don't remember exactly what else was said, but I was just ice cold. He did absolutely nothing but lay there.
Right.
It wasn't the last couple days before he left. He had a remarkable, where he's lifting his right arm for a couple days. Every single day, he didn't improve a little bit every day. He got 2, 3, 4 times better every day. And the more he's seen himself getting better, the more that would elevate him to work harder. And he was just so determined in there. It was amazing.
And then when he came back to the Hershey Rehab Center, was the first time that I saw him alert and awake. It was kind of funny. Went in, he knew who I was right away, and we started going through our hand signals. And he talked about all the different hand signals we had for the plays when we call him in. He knew every single hand signal that we had last year, and I was like, wow, this is pretty neat that he, something insignificant like that takes a lot of memorization, that he was able to recall, and he was signaling them out to me, and we were talking about different plays, what his favorite play was.
But then he just started to get better and better and better and better and better. And might have been 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, I don't remember the exact time, I got a text from him, and it was like, it was so awesome, and it just put a smile on my face, and just thinking about that, and the text was pretty much saying, Coach, don't count me out.
One of the therapists came in and said, "You ready to go outside?" He was excited. It's like a huge step for him. So he had to put his helmet on. He had the IV that we had to carry along, but as soon as he got out there, the world had opened back up for him. That you've seen something remarkable. You've seen it in his eyes that, it just tossing football back and forth, and then the next day, you bring the basketball out. He dribbled it a couple times, and then within 2 days, he's dribbling around the whole facility, and throwing football 10, 12 feet, and just like he always did.
And we couldn't wait for him to come home, so we waited by the door. We have like a little app that tells us how close they are, so I was watching it the entire time. So he was very close, so I have video of him pulling into the driveway, and then he comes in. The first thing he said to me, and he had been talking about it, was sleeping in his own bed, being in his own room. That's all he wanted to do, was be in his room and sleep in his own bed. So that was like the first thing he did. He went up to his room to look at everything.
Every time I've seen him, he's been positive, and his parents have been positive. Every time he has spoken to me or texted me or we've been around each other, it's always been positive. He's never had an excuse. He's never kind of thought, he never said, man, I wish this didn't happen. He went through the worst of the worst, and it looks like he's going to come out on top.
And it's kind of just a return to what's normal for us. Even though he can't do all the drills, but he's at least out here, he's talking, he's throwing balls around as much as he can. So I think it's great for, all around to have him here.
Brendan's where he is now because of everybody that came into our lives, all the prayer. That's, God is the reason why he is where he is right now. And that's the most important message that I feel that we need to share with everybody.
Yeah, miracles do happen. And we call him our miracle boy. Everybody does. There's the miracle boy, they'll say. And it's true. You know, having a doctor look at you and say, you know, he truly is a miracle.
It's never the end of the world. It's never over. You always got to try. You can never give up. You always need to push yourself. And, you know, times get tough, obviously. I never thought this was going to happen to me, ever. And not in a million years did I think that this was going to happen to me, but it did. And I really hope that I'm helping people with my story to get back on the court and be able to do everything that I did before the accident. I'm very lucky. I'm very blessed to be here. And I'm very lucky for all the people's prayers and donations and just this town. It's been unbelievable.